Hello, you're welcome to my channel. So in this video, we'll be making a kimono jacket with an Aso Oke design. Okay, so we already created the trouser, the palazzo trouser in the previous video, so you can go on and watch. So now we're just confirming the available material to be sure to go for your design. Okay, then we'll fold. We're going to be folding it in 4 places because we'll be cutting the front and back together. So we'll fold it this way. I will illustrate in a simple way. You fold it the way you fold your 360-degree circle skirt. Okay, so using this white fabric, you fold it lengthwise into 2 first. Like you fold through the longest part of the fabric, then you fold again. So this is how I achieved my initial folding. Cross check the jacket length or the gown length. Fold it lengthwise, then you fold again. This is how we achieve it. It's as simple as that. So this method means there's no joining at the shoulder. You're cutting the front and back together. Then I'll be using this Aso Oke for the design. Okay, the lapel, the sleeve. So it depends on how you want to use it. Then also use your available Aso Oke to cross check the length before you go on. It's very important, so there won't be shortage. So we'll go on and measure the bust point. After the folding, measure the bust point, your desired bust point. So measure it all through. Okay, so then I'll be measuring 3 inches for the neck width. Then you measure the shoulder. So from the shoulder, you measure your desired length. Whatever your length is, you measure it. Okay, so you know we are cutting the sleeves together with the bodies. So measure your desired sleeve length, then joining allowance or any allowance. So on the bust point now, measure the widest part of the body. So I'll be using the hip. The cut of the hip, that's the hip round divided by 4. Measure the hip. Then I measure 3 inches for ease, then 1 inch for joining allowance. You understand? So you can use between 3 inches to 5 inches for ease. So the same measurement I have on the bust point, I take it down to the full length. So I added 3 inches extra for ease. So if you like, you can add 4 inches or up to 5. So this from the center front to the sleeve length, I also take it to the bust point. Then you now create the curve. See the way I'm creating the curve over there? That's connecting the sleeve to the bodies properly. So after that is done, I'm cross-checking the length. Okay, so for the whole of this jacket, kimono jacket, I only use one Aso Oke, like one strap, one yard, the way it is folded. So I only got one Aso Oke. So this is it. Cross checking the measurement. So after adding the ease allowance, I still went on to add extra 1 inch for joining. So I added 1 inch extra all through. So that means I added 4 inches for ease, then 1 inch for sewing allowance. But if you don't want yours to be too big, you can just make it 4 altogether or 3 altogether. So now for the neck, for the back neck I use 1.5 or 1 inch for the neck depth, but 3 inches for the neck width. Don't forget that. I think I use 1.5 inches for the neck depth for the back. Okay, Then for the front, I just went to measure. It's going to be in form of a V neck. So I think I use about 8 inches for the neck depth. So let's cut out the back neckline first. Okay. Then we'll open it up and cut out the front neckline. Okay, before I open it up, I went on to mark the waistline because I'll be there's a pocket attached. So I measured the waistline, then went down by 1 inch. So 1 inch away from the waistline is where I mark for placing my pocket. Then I went back to open it up. So I separated the front from the back. I separated the front from the back. So now I'm going to cut out the front. I'm just trying to secure it to make sure everything is well placed. So now from the front, I'm removing 1.5 inches for the opening because we're going to cut the front open for the opening and the insertion of the Aso Oke. So initially I measured 1.5 inch, but later I added half inch. So meaning I'm going to be removing 2 inches from the center front. So from there, I will now connect it to the neckline. See the way I'm connecting it to the neckline. Just make sure the marking is straight and is well marked. Remember, you need to separate the front from the back before you do this. So now, this is how it's going to look. So this is the Aso Oke. You know, I said it's just one strand. So that means I'm going to be cutting it, folding it into two, like this. Because using the complete flap like this might be too wide. So I'm going to fold into two and cut it. So I went on to cross check the measurements. It's about almost 3 inches. About 3 inches or 2 3/4 like that. So it's more than two. So that's why I had to go back and increase the fabric I cut out to 2 inches so that I'll use another half inch for joining. So altogether I'll have 2.5 inches. So now I want to go back and cut out half inch again. Actually, I was supposed to confirm the measurement on that shoke. First, I needed to be sure of it first before cutting out the fabric. So when you are doing yours, just cut out the fabric first, or confirm the measurement first before cutting it out. So now I'm removing half inch again. This is actually optional, okay? It won't spoil anything. You know, this half inch for this kind of kimono won't spoil anything. So now let's work on the sewing part. I already fixed one of the pockets and I'll take you along how I inserted the pockets. You know, this is an exposed type of pocket. So I'm picking one flap of the front, find the midpoint, then place my already cut out pocket. You cut out your desired size. Then I folded the upper part of the pocket, the part that's going to be open. you hem it, then you top stitch the remaining side of the pocket. So if you have remnants of your plain fabric or your shoke, you can still use it to design the pocket. But in this case, I don't have any tangible size left, so I just choose to use the fabric the way it is. So you go on and top stitch on every side apart from the opening. So you fold by ½ inch and top stitch. When you get on one edge, you raise your presser foot, leaving the needle inside, and you top stitch. Okay, so I'm trying to run the stitch again. Okay, I cut your thread. Okay, so remove the pin. Then we'll go on and measure around the center front. We'll measure from one end to the other. So this will allow us to know the length of the ashoke to cut out or to attach. So whatever you measure from one end to the other along the neckline, you go and confirm on the ashoke too. So the ashoke I have is not enough. The length it's not enough, so I have to join it. Okay, then we'll go on and attach it to the center front. So I still went on to cross check to be sure I have the accurate measurements. So you place ashoke. If you can locate the right side of the ashoke, just make sure you place the ashoke on the right side of the fabric and run through, stitch all through. So this is it. By the time you flip it over, you might need to give it a good press to make sure it stays properly. Or if you can top stitch. If the top stitching works for you, but for me, I did not top stitch. Then we'll go to the sleeve side and place the ashoke on the sleeve also. Place it this way, then you run it through. Also, before you place the ashoke, be sure of your sleeve measurement. So you might need to remove the how many inches. You might need to remove the measurement of the ashoke from your sleeve length before you cut. So place it on the right side of the fabric and sew. So this is what it looks like. Then I'll bring it together. Place the fabric right side to right side and join from the armhole down to the length of the jacket. You do the same thing for the other side. So if you actually watch this video to this point, please give it a thumbs up. Okay? And also remember to subscribe to my channel if you've not done that. So now we're going to work on the hemming. So whatever hemming allowance you put, or you can just fold 1 inch by 1 inch, or ½ inch by ½ inch, or ½ inch by 1 inch. Just fold and do the hemming clean. Then remember to open up your seam allowance while working on the hemming, because we are still coming back to that. So here we are done with sewing the hemming, and see our jacket is making sense already. Then we'll come to the hemming, because there will be a drawstring at the side of this jacket. So you're going to open up your hemming allowance and top stitch each. You top stitch like you secure it, you sew it down so that we can make use of the channel. You top stitch from somewhere, depends on how high you want it to be, from somewhere above the waistline down to the length. So you top stitch it. Then we'll go on and create an opening at the hem area. So make sure your armhole area is free. Is either you notch it or you give it a good press. So there will be nothing hanging there. So this is what it looks like. You can see the jacket is making sense. So now at the side seam, because of the drawstring, you can see. So you need to create an opening at the edge there. And after creating that opening, you need to remove the stitches that you created on that part when you were sewing the hemming. The stitching of the hem line, you need to remove it on that part of the drawstring. So this is what we have. Remember, make sure your armhole area is comfortable. Okay, so make sure it is well arranged. If you like, you can beautify your Aso Oke area with bead or whatever it is. Just give it a good press and make sure everything lie properly. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please remember to give it a thumbs up, like this video, and if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe. Then feel free to ask your questions and share your opinion in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.